Hi everyone, my name is Carlton Herbert, and here's what I put together for Module 2.3, and taking a look at the programming for the site. I broke out each of the spaces based on the units that I had looked at before. So these were the square footage for the various spaces in each of those households that I had come up with, and then looking at that and just getting some totals there. I was shooting for about 60,000 for the residential unit total square footage, and then about 10,000 for that public facing, about 5,000 for some shared residential spaces. As far as the public facing things, I wanted to include some kind of public transit interface, some kind of integrated grocery sort of setup, and then also a bunch of open green space and some kind of community garden. So I decided to do some hand sketches to go through some of the possible schemes. This one prioritized public transit and vehicle access. So as you can see on the left there, it's got kind of cut out for public bus, kind of public transport set up there, and then lots of access to driveways and covered parking just kind of underneath the building there. So the second theme, I decided to look at prioritizing open and green spaces. So this one, I think it made the most sense to split up the building into several different masses to give lots of room in between for open spaces, green spaces. And then for scheme 3, I want to prioritize the view corridors of the LA River and of the bridge. So I've got kind of all the masses facing that kind of southwest direction, and then just kind of stepped as well so that they get views over the top of each other. For theme number 4, I looked at prioritizing the urban density and the kind of sense of community that would bring. So that one made the most sense to do, just kind of centralized kind of tower or courtyard kind of setup. And then for a fifth scheme, I decided to kind of combine some of those priorities. So I thought that this would maybe get some of the best of the various schemes I went through. And ultimately, this is the one that I decided to take a little further. Here's a physical model of that. It's made of cardboard and some cardstock there. The general shape of it. And then I took it into the digital world. So here's the site in Rhino. Here's if I was going to add those sleeping spaces into it, that's what they would look like. And then here's some hygiene spaces, group spaces, like living rooms and places like that. Some kitchen spaces, and then some kind of live work spaces as well. So that's what it would look like with each of those spaces, showing all of those just at once. You can see there's kind of a mix there of where they fall, just based on where the fireplace the units. And then also there's a mix of the private and the public. So all those orange ones are more the private residential setup. The kind of tan ones are kind of the public residential. So those would be coming common areas or circulation areas. I wanted to add in some public rooftop green spaces. So I think for some of those lower buildings there, it would make sense to be able to do some kind of upper rooftop garden or green space there. And then also including that public transit, that kind of purplish box down towards the bottom. And then also some kind of public grocery storage setup with that red color there, and that rooftop garden up on the top that would be public as well. And then as far as the street, there's just one street kind of going into the center, and then you got another street that kind of goes around that back. And the idea for that would be that it would be going behind the building and then around this direction as well. And then here's the circulation diagram showing that street access there in the white, and then the public transit access and there towards the bottom. I'm envisioning some kind of elevators and stairs set up for the vertical circulation between the buildings, and then there obviously need to be some kind of centralized core in the tallest section of buildings as well. And then as far as horizontally, I'm looking at maybe some kind of exterior pathways horizontally, or just a hallway along maybe that inside edge of those buildings, or possibly on the back side of them as well. And then circulation there on the rooftops, along those lower ones for those open green spaces. And then I wanted to look at doing some on that medium-sized building as well. So here's what I came up with, and thanks for taking a look.